Hi everyone, my name's Caleb and this is my brother Jacob.
Hi guys, how's it going? We are in the endeavor of starting up a YouTube channel. So this is our first video. We kind of just wanted to take the opportunity to talk a little bit about ourselves, a little bit about what we do here, and kind of some of the cool stuff that we've got sitting around that we'll be working on and making videos on. And it's probably stuff that a lot of you guys will enjoy. So
we're gonna start with a little bit of history of our business. So our business is called Auto Cosmetics. It was started by our dad in 1996 when I was 1 year old.
I wasn't even born yet.
So he started as a paintless dent repair technician, and as time went on, his dealerships started asking him to offer more and more services. Now we pretty much offer every kind of cosmetic repair there is to be offered.
Yeah, I mean, we do headlight restoration, paint touch-up, paintless dent repair, interior repair, molding reconditioning. What else? We do mobile paint spray, wheel repair, as well as we're, full body shop. We do car restoration work, we do rust repair. And right where you're sitting underneath these lights in this whole area here, this is my domain. This is where we do all the detailing and ceramic coating. So we really do encompass and cover pretty much everything that your car could cosmetically need. And that's kind of what we do here and what we focus on.
A lot of our business in the near past and sort of present, a lot of it is wholesale work for dealerships.
Yeah.
And we're trying to do more and more retail work, just because you get to do some cool stuff. Like my brother said, we're starting to do more and more kind of restoration type stuff, which again is why we kind of decided maybe we should start a YouTube channel, because I'm sure people might want to see that.
I think now we're going to take you guys on a little tour, show you guys the shop, kind of go into a little bit more depth of what we do here, show you guys some of the cool stuff like we got sitting here. I got my Honda Civic EP3, it's fully built, and we have a new addition here, a Ford Lightning. So we'll dive into those cars and kind of show you a little bit more and talk about them and show you what's up. I feel like that was pretty decent.
Yeah.
All right, what's up guys? This is the detail department. So this is where I work. Back here we've got a nice wash bay. Sitting in the wash bay we've got a gorgeous Hellcat. We've got washer machines and dryers to keep our towels nice and clean. This is where I like to do my ceramic coating and my paint corrections and stuff like that. We've got these nice hexagon lights hanging up above us, as well as some lights here, which provide great lighting. They're not plugged in, but great lighting. And the important thing with doing paint corrections is the better your lighting is, the better your quality is. If I can get a car to look perfect under these lights, when it goes outside, it's gonna look absolutely beautiful. All right guys, so this is a little bit of what I'm talking about as far as things we do. This is a 2020 Hellcat. It's a last call edition, so factory. This bad boy makes 800 ponies, but it's got an upgraded pulley, intake, exhaust, probably a tune if it has all that. So it probably makes about 1,000. But what we had to do to this is, believe it or not, this had corrosion on the hood. It's an aluminum hood, and what happens sometimes is you'll get a little rock chip, and then some salt cinders will get under that, and it'll start rotting away at the aluminum finish. So we had to refinish the hood. When this was traded into the dealership, it had a vinyl wrap all over it. So we actually had to remove the wide body kit to get the remaining vinyl wrap off of the car, and then we gave it a full paint correction. And I mean, it looks so much better than it did when it got here. But yeah, this is a little bit, of a showcase of what we do here. Just trying to bring them back, make them look as good as they can.
All right guys, so this is our new Auto Cosmetics parts truck, although honestly, it's not really gonna get parts put in it. This is a 1994 Ford Lightning, the first year that they were made. It has 65,000 miles on it. And as far as we can tell, it is completely original paint. Everything is completely stock. The engine has never been messed with at all. The interior, everything is just mint condition. And again, this is completely stock from 1994. So
wow.
None of the carpet's been changed, none of the seats have been redone.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And again, this is why I don't think it'll ever get any parts put in it if you want to look at the inside of the bed.
Yeah.
So completely original, 1994 paint in the bed.
I spent quite a lot of time back here polishing and buffing, trying to get that shine back.
This is something you guys will definitely see in the channel. It needs a little bit of work. The tires are shot. We kind of want to go through the brakes, change every fluid in it.
Oh, show them what's behind the seat.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. So this, again, came with the truck. I'm sure not many of them still have this. It's a car.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
You probably ain't gonna get too good a service on that these days.
No.
Oh, are you recording? This is my Civic. I built this myself over like a 1.5 to 2 year span. That being said, I've had the car for 7 years and it's gone through quite a few renditions, but this past time I really went all out, took the motor out, dropped in a K24A2 with a turbo. So right now it's making on 12 pounds of boost, around 360 to the wheels. Nothing too crazy, but it's a fun little ripper. It is Midnight Purple 3 paint from a Nissan GTR R34. It also has a Lions Racing wide body kit on it, which is pretty unique. I've only really seen this wide body kit on like cup cars and hill climb cars. We also have a nice chassis mounted splitter, which is functional and very strong. Focus RS hood vents, so it's got the works done to it. We're gonna dive into this car more on the channel in the future. We're gonna be doing a full interior job on it because right now it's gutted.
This was your first car, right?
Yeah, this was my first car. I bought this actually from one of our local accounts when I was 15 years old. I think it was 2 days after my 15th birthday. It was one owner, a little old lady had it since brand new. It was bone stock and here she is today. Pretty happy about it, so. Yeah, the color change is pretty awesome. It goes from like copper to bronze to blue to purple, and yeah.
All right, guys, so this is my personal 1987 Mustang convertible. I actually got it by trading a Nissan Altima that I had redone. I painted it Nardo gray, and it had coilovers on it. It had 350Z wheels. A little rough, and I got it right before like a car show in Ocean City, Maryland that I wanted to go to. So honestly, I painted this in like 2 days. So it definitely could be a little better, and I'm gonna redo it and make it better. The interior is like 3 different colors. That kind of shows what the outside of the car looked like when I got it. Oh, the top kind of shot, the back window's broken. So obviously I kind of neglected the interior, and the exterior I just quickly painted, but I did throw a nitrous kit on it. Honestly, I don't even know what the shot is.
I think it's like a 125, isn't it?
It's around that. It might be a little more, honestly. And I moved the battery to the trunk.
Yeah, very clean.
This car was just kind of a basket case. The wiring was just terrible. So I went through and cleaned it up kind of the best I could. I'm still not sure what I want to do long term with this. So I have no idea how many miles are on it, nothing. Everything works though, so yeah. So I'm sure you guys will see this on the channel some. All right, so next, I'll show you guys a little bit about this car. This is my wife's car. It is a 1979 Corvette. It was her grandfather's car, and he passed away about a year ago. Her grandma was gracious enough to let us come and look at this one and bring it home.
All right, guys, so I'm gonna go over with you kind of everything else we got going on in this big room. This is not the entire shop. So this room right here is probably 8,000 square feet. The shop altogether is 25,000 square feet. So it is a very big shop. And this building was actually built in the 1920s as a Dodge dealership. So there's a lot of history here. They sold cars here for almost 100 years. So it's very cool. And we feel very blessed that we have the opportunity to work in here. But within this room, we kind of, I explained detail over there, but we are looking at getting a mechanic in the future. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lifts in this room. There were 5, but we actually took one down. It's a bit of a mess over here right now. But eventually we'd like to repaint, the rest of the inside of the shop, get it looking all nice and fresh. This is kind of our fabrication area. Right now it's in shambles, but we would like to eventually actually build a loft that goes over top of this area. We use the loft for storage, and then underneath have a nice welding and fabrication area. Behind you, right in here, we actually have our grandpa's 1932 Ford Coupe. We're going ahead and taking it down to metal and fixing it up for him, giving it a fresh paint job and making it look really, really good. Usually what we do in this area is we have mobile guys that actually go out into the field and do our paintless dent repair and things like that. Sometimes they'll come to the shop, and this is kind of their dedicated zone, so they can work inside, out of the cold and out of the snow. All right, guys, so we are gonna go walk over here. This is what we use as a showroom. Anything that, just got freshly painted and we don't want sitting outside, or anything that was freshly detailed, we put in this room here. It's called the clean room. This car here, this AMC Rebel machine, I detailed this over the past couple weeks and got it looking all nice and fresh. Customer obviously doesn't want to drive it home during a snowstorm, so it sits in the clean room. Over here, we've got 28 Model A, Ford Model A. This is actually a friend of ours. Yeah, she actually owned the Ford Lightning that we recently purchased. We've also got my brother Caleb's other Fox body.
All right, so this is my 1989 Fox body. This was my first car. I did have a minor accident. As you can see, it's been a while that I've been working on it. I, like most people's first cars, had a small accident in it where I hit a tree. So I decided, that's the time to chop the front off, do a full tube front. My long-term dream for this car is to do drag and drive events. It was a 2.3 4-cylinder automatic car. So we got some plans on doing some controversial things to this.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, so this is actually my daily. I'm sure a lot of people are like, why are you driving that?
Yeah, show them the special part, show them the
So
sauce.
this is kind of the unique thing. It is a manual transmission. If you guys don't know, it basically is a Type R. The only difference is the turbo is a little bit smaller. So yes, I put on a Type R engine cover, but
it's okay, I got it for him, so it's all good. For these two cars are just getting stored here right now. Here's another subject of content. Me and my brother behind the camera here, we both love riding. We got into riding at a pretty young age. So you'll probably be seeing some content on this channel of us riding. This is actually our old shop truck. Our plan before we bought the Lightning is we were gonna put like a 6-liter LS or big block or something in this and boost it. Then we came upon the Lightning and it's already a cool truck, so we just bought it and we're selling this. Here we've got a Ranger for doing the snow and stuff like that. And then if you take a look out back, we've actually got a whole nother building out here, as well as about 5 acres of land. So we've got plenty of room to grow. And also within our clean room slash showroom, we've got this room, which was just used for like parts storage when it was a dealership, and we've kind of been using it for the same. In the future though, we are planning on kind of gutting it and making this a man cave. We might eventually do podcasting and stuff like that in here. I'll touch on this quick too though. This bike has been in my life Well, actually, it's been in Auto Cosmetics life since, I believe, '96. I think he bought this the year he started doing business, our dad. It's actually technically my mom's. She used to rip this thing. Man behind the camera almost fell off of it once or twice. I know the transmission's fully built, I know the motor's fully built, and I know it made like 120 horsepower on a dyno. For this being built in the early 2000s for Harley, that's pretty impressive.
All right guys, so in through here, this way is kind of where like the body work and body shop, restoration stuff, all that kind of stuff takes place. So this whole area here is kind of where all the dirty stuff happens. So that's why when we bought this building, this wall was not here. So we put that in just to help keep the dust and dirt in this area. So that way when my brother's detailing stuff, this isn't floating back there. We can fit comfortably 6 cars. Sometimes I can squeeze a couple more. So this is a 56 Chevy that a gentleman brought to us to paint. It was pretty rough when it got here. I had to weld like an entire new panel in the back underneath the trunk. It was just completely rotted out. So over here is another one that we're working on. I really try to limit how many I do at a time just because I really don't want to be one of those shops where we got your car for 3 years and we're barely ever touching it. So I really try to limit that. It's a 1950 Chevy 3100. So it was, again, pretty rough when it got here. The rest of this truck is actually over here. So this lift was here when we bought the building. When we're doing like an undercoating or something on a frame, you know, we'll throw a truck on here. Now this side is kind of where, you know, we try to do more of the painting side. So this is actually a mixing room.
Look at all them paints.
Yeah, so these are all different tints. So I can mix any, you know, factory paint code that's out there.
We can literally make any color you can dream of.
Yep. This paint booth was actually here when we bought the property. It'll actually draw in fresh air through here, which is pulling from the roof of the building. It heats that air before it brings it in. And then down at this end, there's actually an exhaust system that sucks that air out. It also has a full bake cycle for around 35, 45 minutes, and it'll heat it up to 145 degrees in that room.
This is another little project you guys are probably gonna see on the channel too. Our uncle has actually been working on this car for a number of years now, and he finally brought it up to the shop to get it, you know, finished away on its last few stages of primer and all blocked out and ready to go. And we're gonna be painting this and reassembling it in the next couple of months, so I'm sure you guys will see a decent amount of this car in the future. All right guys, so continuing this way, gonna meet Caleb in here. This is our break room, which is still in need of some renovating.
So this area, when we bought it, this was actually another kind of like parts storage area. This was built in the 1920s, like my brother had said. This year it's actually 100 years old. We've been here 2 years now. As we have time and money, we're going through and just fixing stuff because there's a lot of 100 years of a business and adding on and changing there's a lot of electrical, plumbing, a lot of that kind of stuff that was added, and we're just going through and fixing all that stuff. If you want to come up this way, I can show you, you know, a part of the office that we actually finished already. All right, so this is kind of like our main office. This is the door that we have our customers come through. Right now, it is a little crammed with desks, and I'll show you guys why in a second. So we're there's like 3 of us that work in here currently. Our goal is to only have like 1, maybe 2 people in this area. This is our bathroom. This here is just like a storage room where we keep a lot of our supplies, and some of the parts for, you know, the cars I'm working on are kept in here. All right, so through this door is another part of our office. You may be able to hear my parents upstairs working. They do live, there's an apartment upstairs that they do live in, and they're in the process of redoing that as well. So this was a small showroom with like 4 or 5 offices in here. Our goal is to kind of recreate that. We changed things around a little. We're working on just rewiring everything. The ceiling did have a drop ceiling that was about here, and we want to, go up as high as we can just to make it feel a little bigger in here.
And we can park cars in here too.
Yep. We're gonna try to leave room for definitely 1 car, maybe 2.
All right, guys. So now we're gonna take a quick walk outside and kind of walk around the shop and show you guys, just kind of give you a scale of how big this place is. So we do have nice signage. Oh yeah, so this is the apartment he was talking about. It's actually pretty big. It comes all the way over to here and quite a ways back. And it's about 2,500 square feet up there. So a good amount of living space. Here's the office we were just in. Here's the finished office. And then down in here's where the body shop starts. As you can see, we have done some work on the outside of the building, getting some signage and some stickers up, and just trying to let people know who's in here. Auto Cosmetics, it's where it's at. We've got quite a big parking lot, so we can fit comfortably, probably 60 cars in here?
Yeah, comfortably.
Yeah, so quite a bit of room.
We do
very
have
cold.
2 open houses a year. I think we've had close to 100 cars here before. And again, our parking lot's normally not this empty. It's just because it's snowed that we have a lot of the cars inside just so we don't have to clean them off, honestly. And it makes plowing the parking lot a lot easier.
Yeah. And we're back into the clean room. So it is quite a big shop. So we're kind of thinking, the reason we want to start a YouTube channel is, as you can see, we've got a lot of projects around. We've got a lot of cars we want to work on, as well as just an abundance of things that need done to the shop itself. So we're gonna start a YouTube channel. We're gonna be posting updates for you guys. We're gonna be posting, weekly videos, monthly shop updates. We're gonna be working on our project cars and making some good, hopefully funny content for you guys. So that's kind of the plan. If any of this interests you, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.